Good evening, I'm Marc Lamont Hill, and welcome to Black News Tonight. COVID-19 hospitalizations are continuing to rise across the United States. Today, the nation topped 50,000 people hospitalized for COVID, which is the highest mark since February of this past year. Louisiana is seeing its highest number of COVID-19 hospitalizations for the first time since January. According to health officials, Louisiana topped more than 2,000 hospitalizations related to the coronavirus, setting a new record for the state. This news comes only a day after Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards temporarily renewed a mask mandate for unvaccinated and vaccinated people in the state as officials scrambled to combat the spread of the virus. Louisiana is not the only state faced with a hospitalization crisis. Florida has nearly 11,000 reported hospitalizations in another record-breaking day for the Sunshine State. According to new data released by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services today, this is by far the most hospitalizations for a state, ahead of Texas and California, respectively, according to U.S. health officials. Florida has reported almost 60,000 new COVID-19 cases and 100 deaths in the last 3 days as the state deals with COVID numbers not seen since the start of the year. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced today that indoor dining and gyms will require vaccination proof, making it the first major U.S. city to implement this mandate. New York City will require proof of vaccination for activities that include restaurant dining, working out at the gym or fitness center, as well as attending theater performances and the cinema. This is de Blasio's most up-to-date attempt to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Civil rights activist Vaughn Booker is facing charges from a July 2020 assault at Lake Monroe in Indiana. Booker posted video of the men holding him against a tree on Facebook. You can see that there. And he said a group of white men assaulted him and threatened to get a noose. One of the men can be heard yelling racial slurs. Booker says he suffered a minor concussion, abrasions, and ripped out hair patches from the incident. And now he's facing misdemeanor trespass charges and felony battery charges. Last July, 2 of the men involved were charged with battery. The Monroe County branch of the NAACP is demanding that the charges be dropped and that the special prosecutor who filed them resign. An initial hearing on the charges is set for September 14th. This year, we have seen black women athletes prioritize their mental health, the latest being Simone Biles at this summer's Olympic Games. After withdrawing from several events for mental health reasons, Simone Biles made her return back to the competition at the Olympic Games, and she performed wonderfully, winning a bronze medal in the balance beam finals with a score of 14. Biles previously had won a bronze medal in the 2016 Rio Games. This is Biles' 7th career Olympic medal. Black women have to work almost twice as hard to earn what white men do in a year. Today, August 3rd, marks Black Women's Equal Pay Day, which is also how many days into 2021 it would take for black women to make as much as white men earned in 2020. Senator Reverend Warnock introduced a resolution today in the U.S. Senate marking Black Women's Equal Pay Day, acknowledging the equal pay disparity for both black women and men. Black women are currently paid on average 63 cents less than white non-Hispanic men. Also, the Institute for Women's Policy Research recently revealed it would take black women more than 110 years to reach pay equity with white men, the year 2133. Joining me today to talk about the wage disparity that black women face throughout the country is a voice that's been fighting for decades for equality, Dr. C. Nicole Mason. She's president and chief executive officer of the Institute for Research and Policy. Thank you for joining me. Groups that are hit the hardest often take longer to recover. Black and brown women, of course, faring worse, even worse than their counterparts. The Institute for Women's Policy Research announced it would take more than 112 years, as I said, to reach pay equity with white men. Can you expand on that? What is that? Help us put that in some terms. That seems so absurd that it's almost hard to wrap our minds around what that means.
So what that means, quite plainly, is that I will not, my daughter will not, and my daughter's daughter will not see pay equity in their lifetimes. And so that's we can just land the plane and understand how devastating that will be. And collectively, we would lose about $3 million over our careers. Right now, as you said, Black women lose about $1 million over their careers to the pay gap. And if we think about the pandemic, and we can understand the consequences of the pay gap. It's less money for women, Black women, and for savings, housing, food, as well as just general feeling financial insecurity, especially during this moment.
Absolutely. You talked about the pandemic. I mean, what's sad is that even prior to the pandemic, Black women are working twice as hard to get half as much. What are some things that companies can do to help us reach some sort of equity here? I mean, we don't want to wait 110 years for this to happen.
We don't want to wait another 100 years, and so I think the government, as well as the private sector, has a role to play in helping to accelerate the closing of the pay gap. Companies can examine their workplace policies, how they compensate employees, guarding against racial and gender discrimination when they are negotiating salaries. At the federal level, obviously, we can raise wages for workers, Black women workers, especially those in lower wage sectors. I think that would go a long way to helping to chip away at the pay gap. Pay transparency would go a long way. One of the things that keeps wages suppressed, especially for women of color, is the fact that you don't know what your colleague might be making, who may be doing the same job as you. So making that transparent so that if there is a discrepancy, we can, it can be addressed.
You coined a term, she-cession, during the pandemic to highlight the proportionate the disproportionate impact that women specifically are facing. What does that mean, and how did it come about?
Well, at the beginning of January 2020, we were celebrating a milestone for the workforce, and within 3 months, all those gains had all been wiped out, and women bore a disproportionate number of those losses, those job losses. And so women lost during the start of the pandemic 4 times as many jobs as men. And I want to say women of color who were concentrated in those hardest hit sectors, leisure, hospitality, the service sector, education, health services, we lost a disproportionate number of those jobs. And if we look now, although unemployment rate has declined among women, it's about 5% for all women. For Black women, it's still about 10%. And to put that in perspective, in 2008, the unemployment rate never rose above 8.8%.
Wow. What do we attribute this to? We have, of course, the lingering impact of slavery. We have sexism. We have, patriarchy. We have racism in very overt forms. When you make sense of these pay gaps, particularly among Black women, how do we make sense of these different structural factors? Like, what are the biggest determinants in your estimation of the gap itself, and how can we shrink it? What can we do what can we attend to shrink it?
So all of those things you just mentioned, it's historic and cumulative racial discrimination and gender discrimination, racial and gender stereotypes that play into what we believe Black women's work is worth, the value of that work. So many things that, even Black women, when they are in positions of power, don't have power or are not compensated fairly. There's new studies that say Black women can hold the same position as white men and still be paid, less. And so at the federal level, I do think the government or the states have a role to play in leveling the field by promoting, again, pay transparency, making sure that companies know that there will be consequences for pay discrepancy and that it is against the law to pay someone differently for the same job. And so I think accountability is an issue, but also encouraging Black women, to speak up when they believe that they are not being compensated fairly.
Absolutely. And for Black men to speak up when Black women aren't being compensated, right? I mean, I think that's part of the issue as well.
That is a part of the issue, and it's really, you know, so Black women, when we think about wealth and we think about the wealth of Black families, we know that it is substantially less than that of their white counterparts. And this is all due to labor market segmentation, racial discrimination in the labor market, and the pay gap. And so if we can close the pay gap, we can get at some of these issues that we've been talking about for a long time: income inequality, you know, wealth, growing the wealth of Black families. All these things are very connected.
You know, Dr. Mason, Fortune magazine named you one of the 50 most important or greatest leaders, you know, because of how you champion for rights, how you champion for equity, and how you try to get justice for everyone. We're so grateful for the work that you do in the world. We're so grateful for you hanging out with us here on Black News Tonight. Thank you so much. Everybody, we want to join the conversation with you. So we want to hear from you. You got to head over to our BNC Instagram and Twitter pages and let us know how you feel. Also visit the website bnc.tv and subscribe to our YouTube page, BNC News.